there is nothing there. But let me take the conversation away from health, especially when we have a female panel. I want to point one thing to you. Something, I will not be sitting here but for education. And in the year 2005, I almost didn't write SSC because of registration fee of 40 Ghana cedis. Just that, 40 Ghana cedis. And if you look at the available data at the Ghana Education Service, and look at what free SHS has done to gender parity, I think it is fair enough to say that it is one of the best things that has happened to gender courses in Ghana. I'm saying this because the boy-to-girl ratio in SHS at 2017 was said that for every 100 boys in school, there were 64 girls. By the end of 2023, for every 100 boys in SHS, there were 106 girls. And these are facts. I've not changed anything. I've not tagged it.
And it's all because of free SHS. It
is because the financial barrier was removed, and families who would have been forced to choose who should go said, all of you should go and be working through the system. At least you will get the SS certificate.
But do you sincerely think the accurate thing to do is to lump up all those who have gone through SHS within the period and say, but for bringing the free part of it, they would have lost the opportunity of education?
It is important because you look at the data of students at every academic year, the number of students who were in school. And the jump, the number, the jump, they just don't make sense. But for the fact that something substantial have happened. Because the trend...
The narrative suggests that there would have been zero student enrollment.
No, it doesn't. No. I don't think that is the impression we are seeking to create. No. Of course, before free SHS, there were people in SHS. But we are saying that even at that time, when they had this Cocoa Ball scholarship, a lot of scholarship schemes, there were many people who were saying that the beneficiaries were the children of the same people who were wearing coat and tie, and not the beneficiaries of the cocoa farmers and everybody. And this government said free SHS has come to remove the bureaucracy in scholarships. It has come to remove the discretion on parents, and then people who have the fiduciary duty over their house girls and house boys to say, you will not go. And it's a decision I have taken.
You know about the Africa Education Watch?
Yes.
They point to what they say is an inaccuracy that the president peddled when he said 5.7 million is the number since 2017 to date. And they tell us about the Education Ministry's own figures that say that there is 3.1 million and not the 5.7. There is also Dr. Peter Anti-Patey, who also says that WAEC figures show approximately 4.3 million students sat for BEC between 2017 and 2024. So the president on the figures is wrong.
Okay, first of all, Samson, let me remind you that the president does not conjure figures. Whatever the president has will come from two sources. Either the Ministry of Education that is implementing the free SHS, or the Ministry of Finance that is paying for the free SHS. And there was also a trend in 2017 and beyond, where students who had sat home for years, some completed 2013, 2014, 2015, there are even videos and documentaries of people who even had kids. But as soon as free SHS was introduced, they said, let me take advantage of this development and go back to school. So I think that, of course, if there are concerns about reconciliation in respect of figures, legitimately so, we should look at it. But it is not sufficient to say the data should depend on only those who wrote BEC within the period. Right. Especially up north. You will meet a 20-year-old, 25-year-old who is now in the classroom.
I need to go around. I know that there are many areas that you would have liked to speak about, but I need you to clarify a few things. The president said, quote, I inherited a nation plagued by dumsor. Is that accurate?
It is accurate.
No, he inherited a nation
it is
where
accurate.
dumsor had been resolved.
No. dumsor was not resolved.
It was resolved.
In fact,
I think we will not debate
if
that.
you look at dumsor was not resolved. I have heard arguments about the fact that, this power badge was, there was this agreement for this power badge and that badge, and because generation capacity was increased, dumsor was resolved. I was following Honorable Boakye Jako when he was at the Energy Ministry. And as late as April 2017, there were conversations and press conferences about government's efforts to finally put dumsor behind us. Meaning, even when we came to power in 2017, there was still dumsor.
And from our perspective, admit that there was no dumsor. And what will you say to the finance minister and the government when you were saying at the beginning that there was excess capacity?
That was the argument I was coming to. The New Patriotic Party that I belong to, even before we came to government, have been making one argument since 2012. That Ghana's energy sector challenge is not a capacity challenge. It is a money challenge. We have repeated this narrative over and over again. And in terms of consistency of presentation on our position on developments in the energy sector, I believe we have been our side have been more consistent than everyone. We said there are thermal plants. If there is no fuel to power them, if you are unable to honor your obligations to some of these IPPs, they will cut supply. If they cut supply, the energy sector is about a value chain. It's generation, transmission, and distribution. You can generate, but if the transition has challenges, you will suffer. If the distribution have challenges, you will suffer. But our government, although we also added to the continuous capacity improvements or addition to capacity, the government took steps to make sure we honor obligations to IPP so that they can continue to supply. Well, you remember when WAPCO, somewhere in December 2023, just about a year ago, said that because the government was owing them some 19 million, they were cutting supply. We came out to the public and said that there were payment challenges. We've paid 6 million. We are paying additional amount so that they can restore service. And also, finally, something. Before I drop the conversation.
There is fact that by the time the NPP took over in 2017, the lights were on.
Something
they were not off.
They were not.
My testimony is that the lights were on.
My testimony was that we were still struggling with
I needed you quickly. What do you say to people